providers. Why our young population is good now, but guess what? It's also a ticking time bomb. They will grow what? They will grow older. And guess what? Here's what people say, life expectancy is also what? Is growing in Nigeria. So people are going to get older. So therefore, there will be opportunities in healthcare. There will be opportunities for financial advisors and all those particular areas. Let me skip a bit and talk about entrepreneurship and employability. This unfolding environment of growth, I also agree, I think I've said somewhere before, Nigeria will be out of recession. By the time we come out with the statistics, we'll be out of recession certainly by this second quarter. How are you engaging in this environment? How are you making sure you also partake in the growth? And there are two key areas here. One is entrepreneurial development programs, and one is youth employability programs. Two separate things. And there must be a coordinated policy response to ensure that the energy and drive of the young people are really harnessed to meet our needs. Education and training, they are quite critical to develop the entrepreneurial mind and to develop the skills that we need. But at the same time, like I said, entrepreneurship is not related to intelligence. It's something you have or you don't. There are many brilliant and intelligent people that have not been able to develop their business and their ideas. So what do we need to do? You must make sure people are what? Employable. There's a particular saying, in the future, nobody will pay you for something they can easily look up. So therefore, if you now say, I have a very good brain, I can regurgitate facts, I have all the facts in my brain. Yes, people will admire you, the fact that you can come up with so many things, but people will not pay you what? For it. Because on their handset, they can easily what? Google the same what? Information. So nobody is going to pay you for it. Therefore, our education system is becoming what? Obsolete. We are still training people. Our classrooms are still repeat after me. And it's your ability to do an exam. So it's your ability to do an exam where you simply repeat, and your ability to store things up there and put down what you have been told. That is not going to work for the future. The face of education must change. There must be emphasis on entrepreneurial empowerment and employability. A new curriculum that emphasizes vocational training must be in place. It's all about skills development. I'll give you something. There's the World Economic Forum that they hold in Davos, Switzerland every year, usually January. Every 5 years, they commission a study, and it's all about skills and what employers are looking for. For 2015, they listed the top 10 things people are looking for, the skills they're looking for, and what they want people to demonstrate. The first thing they said, you must demonstrate complex problem solving. You must be able to coordinate with others, therefore work with people. People management. You must have what they call critical thinking. You must be able to what? Negotiate. Quality control. Service orientation. Then number 10 was what? Creativity. Therefore, for 2015, that's what they were looking at. Now, they've done the report in 2015, and they said, in 2020, what are we looking at? Number one was still your ability to solve complex things. Guess what was next thing? Critical thinking. And the third thing was what? Creativity. Creativity had moved from number 10 to what? Number 3. Now, creativity, can you teach creativity? Even if you're in school today, if you're creative, you're probably the one that teacher will send out of the classroom. You'll be the one that will be told to stand outside because they believe you're what? Disruptive. But guess what people are looking for? They're looking for what? Creativity. Now, creativity is not something that you can easily teach and impact. But clearly, you must create an environment where this can be done. What we have done in my school is nearly to now ask ourselves, how do we now take all this on board and came up with what I call a leadership program. And that leadership program focuses on a number of things. Critical thinking, complex problem solving, communication, we call it 6 C's, creativity. They will now add 2 things that are particular for us in Nigeria. One is about community, and the other one is about what? Citizenship. The whole idea is not to create leaders which I want to export. I want to create leaders that will be relevant in Nigeria. That even if you are employed within your own sphere, you are also what? A leader, even if you are in employment. But let's talk about the entrepreneurs. For entrepreneurship, there must be a policy environment. And that policy environment must be born out of a vision of those that lead us. When I look at the youth and young people, from government perspective, dealing with the youth falls between about 3 different ministries. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. But I think you only talk more about sports, and in sports you talk only about football. I think the youth side is forgotten. Ministry of Science and Technology, who now seems to be fascinated about building the Nigerian car when cars have been built over 100 years ago. Then you have Ministry of Education, which, like I said, is churning out people through a method that is just saying, repeat what after me. The challenge you now have is, where is the vision from a policy standpoint to say, what do we have for the youth? And you've seen this happen in other environments, where at the leadership level, they've decided that this is what we have. And they now have aspirations for 20, 30 years down the road. And you now see them meet it. And if there's time, I will touch on that. So therefore, there must be a vision that people can latch onto. And that I say, we call this still unfolding environment. Where is the vision for the youth? Where is the vision to tell us, this is what we have, this is 2030, this is 2040, this is 2050, this is where we believe people should be. Then when we talk about entrepreneurship, we have to destigmatize failure. You cannot be an entrepreneur and not stumble once in a while. What is our attitude to failing? The man that you think is successful is just a series of examples or a series of failures that has, my time is almost up, that has made him succeed over time. Therefore, you must have a way which, when you fail, there should be what? No problem at all. All we should tell you is that, I hope you've learned your lesson. How do you get up and you move on? The issue now again is, if you're to be an entrepreneur, there must be a kind of startup support. Where is the one-stop shop for the SMEs to go in? I know there's a lot of talk on SMEs now. Where's the one-stop shop where somebody can go in for advice? How do I get my business plan? You might have the idea, but how do I get the business plan done? Where do I get initial funding? But more especially in Nigeria of today, the beauty about the whole thing, therefore, is the whole issue that the internet